Hi guys, Levi and Simon here, coming to you from Three Dragons Sports Bar in Hoi An, bringing you our tips for round number 3 of the AFL. Before we get into this week's games, quick look back at last week's tipping and how things went. We got winner for round number 2 in our tipping comp for the pub, which you can join in the link below. Is somebody who obviously didn't bother to put in an actual nickname because that's just ESPN and then a long number. No matter that, you got your weekly prize.
There you go.
And both me and Simon got a pretty average 5 out of 8, which, considering it's early season, you'll take those. But yeah.
Still keeping the top of the ladder there, only by some points there. We've got the Lions on Thursday night at home to Collingwood.
Yeah, grand final rematch with both teams winless. It's slightly unexpected, I would say.
Yeah, got to fancy the Lions. Collingwood's defence has been hopeless. Up at the Gabba, I expect the Lions to pounce and get a win by about 2 goals.
Yeah, I was thinking Lions by, I think I picked them by like 13 points. But yeah, I think the Lions in both their defeats
have showed signs, especially early quarters,
yeah,
early halves, and
it's kind of faded a bit. But whereas Collingwood's just been off, like there's something isn't quite right. Like a lot of the things that worked for them last year aren't working this year, and people are making a lot of like unforced errors, mistakes all over the shop.
Definitely some attitude issues going on.
Yeah, they might start 0-4, and if they go 0-4, it's going to be tough to make the 8.
They can always go on a run, but
but going to fancy the Lions up there and keep the Pies winless.
Okay, so then going on Friday's games, we've got the Roos at home to the Blues.
Yeah, I mean the Roos showed some glimpses of potentially
getting an upset there.
Yeah.
That was they put some good effort in.
But yeah, I mean the Blues,
especially the Blues, they're in pushing the top 4. I think they're the top 4 worthy team. So you've got to expect the class to come out in this one, and
I'd say so.
And the Blues to again, the Roos will probably put in a good effort or a couple of good quarters there, but you expect the class of the Blues to come over the top in this one.
Yep. Then we got Freo at home to the Crows.
Pretty tough one to pick. Dockers have been one of the surprise packets, I suppose, in the early rounds. They've been got themselves into fit position. And the Crows, I thought that they could have done better at home. But
I mean they looked okay against the Cats, but just a lot of inefficiency with their forward 50s. Like at some point they had like 10 forward 50s in a row against 0 and didn't really score anything.
I've got to probably fancy the Dockers at home. They've shown a certain amount of sort of resilience and I think they kind of hungriness. They kind of seem a bit hungrier than other sides. Maybe people haven't rated them, or they're playing with a bit of attitude, and it's I'm liking what I'm seeing from them.
Yeah, no, I like their style. I like the way they play. I think they might be one of the teams I underestimated beginning of the year, and they might do pretty okay. So yeah, I fancy them to get a win.
Okay, moving on to Saturday's games, we've got the Bombers at home to the Saints.
Yeah, Saints another one of those teams I wasn't really sure where to go, but
I mean they were in the 8 last year, and everyone was expecting them to be one of the fading teams this year that they'll drop off, but they've actually if they kick straight, they do well. Like they have the occasional bad day kicking, but they can score goals. So
yeah, they look solid, and the Bombers bit of a mixed bag.
Don't know, can't read the Bombers yet really at the moment. So I'm tipping the Saints, and I think that they'll keep proving everyone wrong.
Yeah, same here, Saints, I think. And then second one on the Saturday, Port Adelaide at home to the Demons.
Okay, so yeah, Port Adelaide are pretty strong, I reckon. This will be a tough game, but I think that home ground, Port Adelaide. Yeah, I think they'll get it done. It's going to
Yeah,
be tough though.
yeah. It's like the D's, as much as like I wasn't really feeling them. Like watching them play, like they're actually,
Oliver's back, and
yeah, they're actually pretty
playing,
solid.
and I don't know. There's
There's
maybe
signs
they're
of,
starting to unify a bit.
there's definitely signs there of them potentially actually being a good side this year and
Yeah.
competing. Uh, yeah, at
I mean, they've
home.
got the quality. It's an attitude thing for them, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean they're missing Lever and May, which is
Yeah.
gonna leave them a bit short down the back. So I think Port will be able to get over the top just because decimated backline for the D's.
And then we're moving on to
Sunday.
Sundays. Bulldogs at home to the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean that should be an easy one.
Yeah.
Bulldogs all the way.
Yeah, I made a mistake last week, and I was tipping the Bulldogs. I thought they'd beat the Suns, but then I let myself be convinced by some expert and some article that the Suns were better than they were and the Dogs weren't, and I went against my natural instincts. And so, yeah, Dogs. Sorry, I flipped on you last week. I'm going to stick on you this week.
That works. And then second game on the Sunday, we got Richmond against the Swannies.
I mean, naturally, you're thinking just on the ladder positions and everything. Swans going to be pretty good favourites in this. Not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. Like when teams are winning a lot, that they can be pushed by some teams that they're not being expected to. I expect this one to be a bit closer than people think. I reckon there's only a few goals in it, but yeah, it's not Swans too.
Yeah, I think Swans by like 3 to 4 goals, something around that. Like comfortable, but not like a blowout. But it might blow out as well. Like the Swans scoring.
It has a potential to be really
big,
one-sided,
yeah.
but hopefully the Tigers show a bit of resilience.
And then traditional Easter Monday, Hawks against Geelong down at the G.
Yeah, Cats playing well. Hawks are down the bottom there, close to the bottom. You can't really see them winning, but stranger things happen.
Yeah, I mean they usually turn up for the Easter Monday game.
Yeah,
and they usually turn up against us as well. But I think there's slight concern with Dangerfield and the hammy. He might or might not be fit. But end of the day, like we should have too much class and get a really comfortable win in that one. But it's one of those games that even if the Hawks are not that good, I always worry about them on the Easter Monday game.
Okay. There you go. Good luck with your tips.
And we'll see you next week. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Helps us out a ton.